U.S. stocks were rebounding on Tuesday earlier in the trading session, led by growing speculation that the Federal Reserve will take steps to stimulate the U.S. economy. However, in terms of economic reports, the results were less than positive as U.S. housing starts fell roughly 5% in the month of August year over year to come in at a reading of 571,000. Meanwhile, the Standard & Poor's downgraded Italy's debt rating to an A from an A+. However, for the most part, investors appeared to have shrugged off that news on growing speculation that tomorrow the Fed meeting may conclude with additional steps to help boost the U.S. economy and possibly opt for the move known as Operation Twist, which involves the Federal Reserve selling short-term bonds and buying long-term Treasury notes on hopes of bending the yield curve. Meanwhile, gold prices rose by more than $30 an ounce. Front-month crude prices continued to rally to settle in just below $87 a barrel, and global equities were mostly strong on growing beliefs that Greece is close to getting its next rescue fund as it continues to hold discussions with the Troika. However, those beliefs were soon responsible for a last-minute sell-off in the U.S. equity markets on late reports saying that they are actually not near a deal and that the decision could be delayed until October. Now, we first take a look at where the Dow Jones closed out today's trading session. The Dow only a slight bit on the upside, 7.65 points, to settle in relatively unchanged at 11,408.66. Now, in a breakdown of today's major market movers, we first begin with shares of United Technologies rising 1.8% as it is reportedly in talks to buy Goodrich Corporation for close to $15 billion. Capital One Financial also rising nearly 1% as the company begins making its case for the approval from the Federal Reserve regarding its wish to acquire ING Group's ING Direct. Meanwhile, Apple Corporation over at the Nasdaq also hitting an all-time high today of $422.86 a share. The company is seen as able to withstand the weak economy because of the popularity of its iPhones as well as iPads. And shares of Netflix also at the Nasdaq declining more than 9% today. This just one day after customers continue to shake their heads at the streaming video and DVD rental companies' decision to split the company into two separate entities.